Hey everyone, welcome Dumpster Fire Chats, where we're going to be talking about certain topics and going with anything that you guys want in comments. But today is going to be isekais and isekai themed and written in like other words, and we're going to be explaining our ideas and reasons why we would like to live or not live there. And today I am here with Jake, one of my friends.
What's going on, everybody? We got huddle around this dumpster fire because it's gonna be a cold one tonight. I don't really talk like that. I don't know why that voice came out.
Hey, anything works. And for all of the pictures I'm gonna have them down in description so that we all like you guys know what I'm looking at, what he's looking at, and if you guys like the photos, want to turn them into a wallpaper or something, you can also go to their website, get the picture, and download it. And the first one we are going with is a cyberpunk kind of like futuristic theme.
what my man saying is he's got the hook. He's got the hook.
I got the hookups.
I really think like living in a futuristic type world would be like really cool, but I I feel like my business would be out there a lot. Like even if you would try to hide it, I mean, look at it. Look at this place, bro. It's like this is probably like 21 99 whatever.
100 years
You
in
never know.
future.
Yeah, you never know like what technology they got at that point, and like everyone can just access your information so easily that like it would be like I like the environment and everything. It's cool. It's just I would be very uncomfortable all the time.
Now, for as you were saying, I kind of play a lot of like Watch Dogs, and as a computer science and like game design like major, um, watching Watch Dogs and playing it and understanding that like everything was connected, and if someone was able to break into that connectivity, the connection, they would be able to have a lot of access to everyone, and I feel like that will eventually be inevitable, and
Yeah,
that's gonna actually happen. I can see it happening, which is one of the reasons I loved Watch Dogs. Um,
yeah.
but
Watch Dogs 2 is my favorite.
even with that, it's like I kind of already see it happening because if you look in like New York, Tokyo, Seoul, a lot of it is already futuristic with this, with like all of the big boards, the screens, and like
There are
all of the
bright lights and
the product placements.
mhm.
And uh, I'm not fully against it. I mean, I would like to live here. It seems like a cool thing to be in. And I mean, it's not that at least personally, I don't think it's that far from what we have today.
Yeah. I could see it in like I don't know when I'm on my deathbed or something. Like when I'm 80 or like 90 years old, I could just see like maybe the nah, because I can't say the start because like you said, like you could already see it in like the big cities.
Yeah, like in New York, like I could see New York possibly looking like something like this, and like so a lot of people overestimate a short time, but people underestimate like when they have like a long term goal. So I feel like I'm gonna say 50 years, but it's actually gonna be something like 30 or 20.
That is actually a huge possibility.
And this isn't the only photo we have. We have a second one, and this one is
Maybe if it was something like this,
yeah. If it was something like this, um, this thing gives me a very strong like Star Wars vibe. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Like I see it too. Maybe it's because like the flying vehicles,
There's
maybe
fine vehicles and from like
the
what
holographic signs that are
yeah,
everywhere.
and I mean
Oh yeah.
living in something like this would be super cool and stuff, but I feel like a lot of things would be artificial, and
Mm.
uh, that's something of the unknown would scare me more than because like if someone's trying to like hide something that would be a little bit more unsettling, and you don't know if that is actually them or if that is something that they got like augmented into them.
Yeah. like I can't really go off of this. It's just like you told me you said Star Wars, and that's all I think about when I see this picture. I can't get it out of my head.
I think what
Uh,
gives me the strong Star Wars vibe is this ship right here. Like, sure, these flying cars look normal,
mhm,
like they look like typical cars, but then this one just hits different. I don't know what about it. It just hits
yeah,
different. Yeah, but
you can also think about
go ahead.
like if in a world like this, it'd be like it would be very very social. Like, can you think about how diverse it would be though?
Oh yeah, the diversity would be insane. I mean, I was slowly
I think
getting
that's
there
kind of cool.
today. At least in certain places, I don't know about Europe and all of that, but like at least from where I live, it's very diverse. So
Yeah.
for me, it's normal. Maybe it's different for other people. But like the diversity, like for me, seeing the diversity in this is already like it feels normal.
Hmm.
But to others, it could be weird. Oh, I like that.
I
Is
would
that
kind
a
yeah, I saw that
Galactica?
too.
Yeah, is that a bit of Galactica
I think it is.
icon?
Oh my god.
I did not expect to see that. But I
Yeah, I was
mean,
looking at the what that little robot on the right side, and then like that Buddha that's like up
yeah,
there,
I was looking
and
at
then
like those two, and then I saw the like Galactica thing. I'm like, what?
little Space Invaders
Yeah,
guy.
but and I mean, uh, it kind of this is something else that would make it really interesting because I played Detroit Become Human, and I want
Hmm.
to like seeing like androids like these. Like those seem normal, but like if this guy's like an android, I wonder if like that would eventually like oh would androids actually like exist like androids like Detroit Become Human exist in this,
How do you think?
and
Well, I feel
would
like
I become one of them? Like, would you become an android? And
but- so like you're saying, would you augment yourself enough so you're considered like a cyborg?
no, but like I don't know if like if you got reincarnated into this world, would you be reincarnated as an android
Oh
or a
yeah,
human? That is what
mm,
is catching me.
I see your point now.
But still, like,
It's not like when you die, you get to like talk to someone
yeah,
and be
you
like,
don't
"Yo,
get,
so
yeah, yo, can I be a
this is the world
human?
you're going to. So do you want to be a human or a robot? That's an option."
Yeah, but I mean, I would like living in like this kind of like in this kind of like world, like cyberpunk
If it
kind
was
of
like
themed.
yeah, if it was like this type of thing, I'd only probably want to see it for the diversity.
Yeah, I would like to live in it to kind of like see what changed and what it is, but I feel like
Hmm.
there would be also a lot of unknown crime going on.
I feel like there'd be a lot of big tech corporation and not corporate what is that word? Corruption. That's the word.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they could. Maybe they could. But I mean, that's all I'm really getting off of this that I feel
Yeah.
like I can talk about. Do you have anything to add on, or just kind of
No.
meh? Um, yeah, but that like that cyberpunk one is really interesting, and it's something I feel like I would like to live in, but at the same time, it's like nah. This one,
Yeah.
this one was I already showed you, but it's a high rise. So this is a kind of like high rise post-apocalyptic, and it's making me think of a lot of like when I see this, I think of a lot of like zombie games because I mean I feel
Yeah.
like
I
that's
get a Last of Us vibe from this.
and I mean I kind of I feel like a lot of other people might connect to this, and I want to know what this guy like this image brings to you guys and like makes you think. But it makes me think of like Last of Us, like any zombie game. It makes me think of this, and
It like I don't know why, but this picture Loki just puts me on high alert at all times.
like your skin in the building, seeing like if someone else is
Yeah.
like seeing you.
Yeah,
Um,
that's literally exactly it.
no, I might get roasted about this, but this is kind of giving me Gun Gale Online scene with like Shinon in the tower with the sniper. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
like that season, but the people who do, I don't know why this kind of gives me like a lot of Gun Gale Online themes. Um, is this a world I would like to live in? I don't know if I would like to live in, but it would be interesting to live in.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It actually really would.
It would give me a lot. This also gives me like Fallout themes. I don't know why. Like it's not as
Far out.
destructive as like Fallout, but it's giving me like a
Mhm.
Fallout kind of vibe.
Yeah, I could see it.
Um, but I mean, I personally feel like I would like not like living in, like I said, interested, but I feel like it would also be fun and like a challenge
And
to
it's
look forward to.
own yeah, and its own like twisted, challenging sort of way.
Yeah,
Um, like, I kind of want to go on you, like off of you, like you said, it's interesting. Like if I ever like died and got reincarnated into this type of world, it's like, oh, well, I've always wanted this type of world to happen in my past life. So let me actually see what type of survival skills I actually have, you know?
and see like what
And I
happens and like how it would play out.
yeah, and I also think from like this type of world too, you actually get to see people who like they really, and I mean who they really are. Because it's like there's nothing to hide anymore.
Yeah,
It's like there's really nothing to hide anymore, and people are fighting just to survive. So you're gonna see who they really are, and I think is kind of cool because if you actually like find someone who I guess you guys want to like survive together somehow, then you know that's like real in its own twisted way.
yeah, and I feel like trust. I feel like trust and like building a faction in this would feel people that you like start living with or like group up with in this will truly feel like family. Like it's not gonna feel
Yeah,
like just people you hang out with just because you're trying to survive. It's gonna feel like you're gonna personally care about the people within your group because you know one you can trust them, two the bonds you build together, and then three
yeah.
like the adventures that you've gone through together. So like
I
even
mean, it
as
would.
go ahead.
Oh, it would kind of be like now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, it'd kind of be interesting to see like what a normal day in this type of world would be like. You know,
I
like yes, you could like have to like there'd be someone who has to like go hunt for food and or like contribute to the group, but like what is it really like?
Yeah, the I feel like the human interaction in this would be interesting to see and experience itself too.
I
And
think it'd be hard for me to adapt because I'm very social. So like seeing other people, I'd want to go like go and talk to them to see what's going on. But like in this type of world, it's like you better keep to yourself when you're dead.
yeah, it's like you got to keep to yourself or like you constantly need to be on the lookout. Cuz
Yeah,
if you get like I see memes saying like oh we caught you lacking. Nah, if you get caught lacking then bro yeah, you ain't about to be there.
yeah.
Uh
This is the real test to
yeah,
see how much you really
you're
are lacking.
you're about to get reincarnated yet again.
Oh my god.
And like obviously I know that like uh, we're talking about this, but like obviously like gunshots they're gonna be lethal, they're gonna be hard to recover from, but
Mm.
it would be something interesting to still experience and just live out through. Or what throughout English, yes.
Yes, English, English
I
would.
think that's all I have to say about this.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
But I do like the oh wait, I have a second picture. I completely forgot about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
I feel like. Yeah, no, guys, sorry.
um I really like like even though like it looks like hell broke out like here,
Yeah,
it still looks really really cool. Like if it
it
actually
looks
happened.
peaceful in this way.
Yeah, it looks peaceful but in its own chaotic way.
Yeah.
And then here's the second picture, and now
Yeah,
now
there
yeah,
you
this the second one kind of shows the chaotic one more than like this first one, because this first one it kind of looks like
go.
calm and everything, but this one kind of shows off what truly happened at the start of apocalypse, and you can feel and like kind of imagine the chaos that broke
Like,
out.
can you imagine just like that being that guy standing there and just like seeing this scene and be like, wow, all these people panicked. Like, and like I understand that you're in like a, I guess, instinctive situation where like your survival is number one and like, but I wouldn't take main roads.
Yeah, same thing. And I mean, I I remember watching a bunch of videos about these just because I was like really intrigued into like a post-apocalyptic kind of like thing, like if a
Hmm.
zombie, because I have like books and stuff on like zombie apocalypses, and like how and like obviously they're like fiction, and uh the stories I read are like about like kids trying to like survive and all of that, which
Hmm.
is really cool, and I really like those books. I might throw them in description for anyone who is interested. But like for me, I would wait for the chaos to calm down first. I wouldn't be the first wave out, because if you're the first wave out, I feel like you're gonna get caught in the chaos you're trying to avoid.
Yeah, of course.
And and if you wait for the storm to blow over at the start, I feel like you'll be able to actually travel around, and you're gonna be able to already know like, oh, you're gonna have to do things by foot, but I feel like going out in the first wave is more dangerous than going into the aftermath.
So you would have to, but like think about it, like if you're in that first wave of, like you said, a zombie apocalypse or that type of sense, wouldn't you have to defend your house or like wherever you're staying at from the first wave, like if anything got in? I feel like, I mean, like, yeah, it's more dangerous, but like it's more dangerous to go on the first wave, but I feel like I'd have a terrible time defending, just because like, I guess maybe because of my living quarters and the spaces that of my house are, you
Yeah,
know,
I mean, it probably changes for everyone, because the things I have inside my house
I feel like
don't.
defending would be really hard.
So the stuff I have in my house doesn't make it very hard to defend, and I think if you do leave in the first wave, you need like, if let's say during a zombie apocalypse, if you go to a gun store, I feel like you're gonna have to be
You're
the
gonna
first
get
one
gunned down.
there. You have to be the first one there, or you're not gonna be there at all. Because the people who go in
I
there
would,
first will
yeah,
already have the weapons. I feel like, because like we talked about it, if like whenever happened, I feel like Home Depot would work, because like you can get a lot of tools from there.
yeah. But the thing about it, like, those are power tools.
Oh, not power tools. I'm thinking of like regular like tools.
Oh.
Like I'm talking about like the hammers, shovels, like,
Wrenches, that type of stuff. Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, there's a lot you can build with what you can get from like Home Depot.
I feel like I wouldn't go to like any type of stores, even like during the first wave, because that's like, I guess, like from I probably should have done what you did, like read books and stuff like that, even though they're fictional, but like from TV shows, like in movies, like all those people who tried to, get to that stuff in the first wave, it didn't really end so
Yeah, it
well. And
doesn't
then
end so well. Like The Last of Us, I think they went to like a
yeah,
medical store, and he did he I forget, was it The Last of Us, and he got like shot at. I don't remember what game, but someone went to like a medical store during the first wave and they got shot at. Oh no, it was a movie. I'm stupid. It was like the World War Z movie. I believe first wave. Like, even though sure you aren't gonna get as much of the good stuff, you at least be able to get something without the like risk
yeah,
of being.
I'd rather get scraps than risking my life
Yeah,
for like something whole.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's my mindset. Maybe the people who are watching this video, they have a completely different opinion about it.
And like personally, that I think that's the reason I want to do this podcast, is to see like other people's opinions and how others would react, and if they agree with us, if they would do something else, and see other people's mindsets. Also,
Yeah,
one other thing I really like about post-apocalyptic like themes are the weapons. The weapons are so cool. Cause like I played once a
I like the homemade, it's just like, all right, well, I don't have a traditional, like, for example, stock. So let me make one out of, like, I don't know. Let me make one out of an old crutch that I found in a hospital looking for supplies.
yeah, like
Like,
those are really cool, but also for me I'm really into like bolt actions because I play like
oh
because like we played like enlisted and stuff, so like
yeah.
it's I'm a lot of like into like World War I, World War II, like Midwest kind of weapons. How they're like lever actions or like bolt actions.
Yeah, I feel like you would see a lot more bolt actions, and like assault rifles would be really hard to come across.
Not only that they're really hard to come across, but I feel like that because on I know like the AK-47, like a lot of people like talk about how those don't take much maintenance, but I feel like the maintenance to take care of an assault rifle versus a bolt action is night and day. And I'm not a gun expert, so maybe I'm
Yeah, I
complete.
was about to say, I was about to say, I'm not a gun expert or anything, but
Yeah, I'm not a gun expert. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I feel like the piece is made to, cause like it took us many years to get into like full auto weapons, even if they weren't
Mhm.
that good. And I feel like going to like you go to a Springfield, that is gonna be a lot easier to fix than like a M4.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're going there. Then again, don't quote us. We're not gun experts.
I barely even know how. I just know how to shoot one. I don't even know how to like disassemble it. So
I don't know how to disassemble it, but I can make sure ain't no one in the chamber. I can make, and the safety's on or off. I can do that for goddamn sure.
also, see the one thing that would annoy me in post-apocalyptic thing is I hate feeling dirty. I don't know what it is about me. If I feel dirty at all, I have to like instantly go take a shower. That or like unless I'm playing a sport. If I'm playing a sport, then like I'm all right, like
You
doing
you,
it.
you understand that you had to like.
Yeah, that like I'm dirty, and then it's like, well, let me like finish this game. I can go eat and then like go home and like take a shower. But like if I'm just like laying at home, I'm like, damn, I feel kind of dirty. Let me just go take a quick shower.
Oh man, yeah, that's one thing that would I think I would start to get really get annoyed with. You'd be like, damn, bro, I just want a bath.
Let me just go find a river.
Yeah, but then again, you don't want to know parasites going in your system.
Yeah, because like
So it's like,
any disease or like infection will probably get you killed.
mm-hmm. A
Mm,
treatment would be very hard to find.
yeah. Um.
We're spending too much time on this topic.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the new one.
I'm surprised how long we actually talked about that one.
I know.
Alright,
I was
now,
I was like, you're talking over here like, oh, it'd be interesting. I wouldn't. I don't think I would like living there. And then we went on a whole spiel.
yeah, then we went, see, this is the one reason I also want to do podcasts, is just because we randomly hit these giant things where we're just talking and talking and talking and talking.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and now let's pull up. Now, I'm probably gonna be biased about this one, because I mean, I play World of Warcraft and like a bunch of MMORPGs that are like fantasy themed. But these are the fantasy themed buildings. This one's more of a steampunk one that I'm pulling up first, but like
It's still kind of sick.
it looks so good, and it looks like
I like the hot air balloons and the. I like the architecture too. Most of the buildings.
not just that, but so personally I feel like I'm a city boy. I feel like because I like public transportation and like being able to walk around and like
Hmm.
go to places near you and still feel like you have a lot to explore. And
I
like
have with the like.
these
Oh,
fantasy themed ones give me that vibe. And it's like, and I watch a lot of like fantasy like animes, So like seeing those and the adventures they go on, and obviously I'm not gonna be like a main character.
I mean,
I will be in
yeah,
my mind,
yeah, you
but
can be.
but I mean this seems like something cool to live in. Like the architecture, all of the like advancements, like the magic and like all like the personalities of people and how it's gonna feel a lot more um like the town's gonna feel I don't know how to say it. I want to say like it has like it feels like family
So
because you know the
I think
people more.
the term you're looking for is like maybe I'm wrong about this, but we'll say like the town would feel a lot more warm, you know,
Yeah, warm. That's
because it's
actually
more interactual.
yeah. Because I mean like when you live in Outback and like uh I'm trying to think of like a good area. When you live in like outside of a city, you kind of have to drive places and like
Yeah,
um
that's the one thing I
and
hate about like
and
kind of
you
being
don't
outside the city.
yeah, and you don't like really know your neighbors or your neighborhood, but I feel
Mhm.
like this one, like living in like a city or like a ward like this, y- people get to actually talk and know more about each other instead of just, oh, you're my neighbor, whatever.
Oh, you're my neighbor, whatever. I've seen you before a couple times.
My dog's going crazy. Doggy, please.
Please, it's not the time, doggy. I'm surprised my dog's not going crazy right now.
I know
Um,
your dog's always going crazy.
I know. Uh, to I guess to kind of piggyback to what you said about I guess yeah, being biased about this type of stuff just because like I kind of watch this type of anime and like fantasy type animes and stuff. I guess what I really gravitate towards is the like I said in the future, like in the future topic, the cyberpunk theme, the interaction with the people, like and how diverse, especially this would be because now like I'm just gonna name off this could probably not even be in that world, but like elves and uh demi-humans or like reptiles and like
Like reptilian people,
yeah like
dragonkin,
like yeah like I think that would be the most coolest thing to be like you're not just dealing with like other humans, you're dealing with other like
races.
yeah races like and I think I mean like yeah we have that now
And yeah, like
like
not just like obviously like not just by like skin color, but like literally like their race, not like
yeah like
not just like human, different human. It's just gonna be like
oh you're actually not a
yeah, you're
human
not
like
actually a human.
yeah like that's what I think is really cool and the event like you said the adventures they go on I just think and like I just think it's the atmosphere that I would really like about it. Because I'm not really seeing a lot of I'm not seeing a lot of smog over there. I know it's like, just like an art piece or like just a picture and stuff. But like can you just like think about the night sky at that point? Like in this type of world?
Oh yeah, with like there's gonna be so much less light pollution. Is my
Oh
idea.
yeah. You would see the universe.
Yeah,
Well, not
you not the universe, but I know what you mean by like the night, like the super starry night.
yeah. That's like I think that's the one thing I miss being like really outside the city was I was able to see stuff like that. But like if I could live in a city where it didn't have light pollution like this, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of photos that I looked at back in past. It would be pictures of cities, but without light pollution and like
Do
how
you
it
have like
would
a
look.
the fantasy? Sorry.
Yeah, I have other ones. We should
Sorry to
probably go
interrupt.
to them. This one smacked. I really like the art style of this one.
You could just call that. I'm not trying to like be rude, but you can just call that Italy at that point. Like I'm just looking at that guy and that guy on the boat, and I'm just like, that's Italy right there.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I can see it. I was the one. My only complaint about this one is because it's a city on the water. I would imagine a bit bigger docks.
Yeah, I'd imagine like even more docs too.
Yeah, but something else is like in fantasy worlds. I can see myself becoming an adventurer. Like
Oh yeah, me too.
yeah, I think that's one thing everyone sees themselves if they want to go like a fantasy world with like magic and like sword skills and all of that. Um, Yeah, I feel like everyone will see themselves as either like a mage instructor, a drill instructor, something like that.
I can see a lot of
Um,
people going to like trying to be knights.
yeah, or like become adventurers and all of that.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like that's one of the things. But I feel like something I watched a video of anime. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like a modern day restaurant, but they went into the past, and
Hmm.
it was a really cool anime. I want to like. That's one of the things that I want to do, but I feel like my adventurous side in like these fantasy worlds, wanting to go like
It's
see these
crazy.
vast lands and like different creatures and study them.
That's another thing too about this type of world is the landscape is low key like just from like pictures I've seen and like animes I've watched. Like yeah, we have some nice landscape here in like reality, but then, like in different types of worlds, it's like it low key feels completely different. Maybe it's because we're not actually there, but it's something that I want to actually go see. And I feel like if I was in a world like this, I can't be like held down. Like I just always be out,
Yeah, and like
just to, just to see the new stuff.
yeah, and even though like a lot of animes like don't show off like the travels that take like weeks, months.
Mhm.
Like even if it took weeks or months, it would be a really fun travel, and
I would still be down for it.
yeah, I would still be down for traveling and like kind of like seeing what's around and doing like quest for like the guild halls and all of that. I feel like that is something I am really looking forward to. I also like the architect. The architect is
Yeah,
something that I wish I would see today, but it's like,
it's whatever.
yeah.
It's
I
like,
mean,
it's like we don't have control over that.
yeah. But what the one reason I like the like medieval buildings and stuff is because every building seemed unique, and now
Oh
today
yeah,
because I mean everyone's trying to like basically
modernize
maximize,
everything.
yeah, like everything's like modernized, and everyone's trying to like maximize the amount of profit they can get for the smallest amount of things. But
Yeah.
I feel like everything's just copy and pasted. It's not unique like these houses anymore, where they have. You could look between two different buildings and be like, I can see the difference.
It's like, listen, this is the cafe and this is my house, all right?
Yeah, it's like you can actually look between the two and know, like, you can be like, all right, these are two different houses. They, even though they're the same size, you can tell because of, I don't know, the walls, the wood, the like how the roofing is done, the shape.
In this world, you don't have to like pull up to your friend's house and be like, yo, come out and open the door. So I know which house you're in.
What number again?
Yeah, oh, that too, bro. What number is that? Yeah, especially in this type of world, you can be like, oh yeah, I recognize like just the way this house looks.
Oh, the one with the red roof, not the orange one. Got you. Oh, the
Yeah,
brown wall. Okay.
yeah, that's
The one right like across from the cafe with the like blue windows. Okay, I got you.
But then think about like these people in the comments can be like, "Oh, well, you can do that now. Just go to your friend's house more." And like it's like, but then again, like
Like,
their house looks the same as everybody else's house.
yeah. I mean, I'm mainly looking at an architecture view from it.
Yeah, I am too.
But let me go to the next one. This one with the I want to say that's a griffin. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's a griffin.
That looks like a Pegasus, bro. Look, I
Oh
see
yeah, wait,
some.
that's a Pegasus. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. I totally don't play fantasy games. As I play WoW and have streams
I
of it.
don't.
I really like this elvish look. And
Yeah, I don't care if I would get bashed in this. Like if I was reborn as an elf in this world, I wouldn't care if I get bashed. Like their environment seems so peaceful and like I don't know. I think I'd really enjoy it.
yeah, I think I would like it too. It looks really good. It's the architecture itself is nice. I like the trees, the colors, and like something else that is really interesting to me. And I mean, one reason I want to learn about like other uh like about other places like India, like Japan, well not Japan, but like Asia and stuff, is I want to learn more about their culture, and I feel like learning about the culture of fantasy worlds is going to be a lot, very interesting. Because I mean, it's
Mhm.
probably they have so many different races. They're probably gonna have a different religion, all of that, and that's gonna be very interesting to not
I feel
just.
like a bard in this world, bro.
I feel like it would be very interesting to learn about.
Oh yeah, just to see how like everyone makes a living in this, like you said, especially a different race.
Yeah, yeah, like we already have like a hard enough time learning about different cultures, like and
Oh yeah.
we're all human. But like when if there were lizardmen, dragonkin, like elves, dwarves, imagine how hard it would be to learn their culture, and we're having troubles learning about our own cultures between like Asia, America, and like Europe.
I feel like if we had if for some random reason like reptilians and like elves and like dwarves and all like that just start popping up out of nowhere in this world, I'd feel like people in the beginning would be very interested, but then over time people would, like obviously fight and argue about it and then eventually just put walls up and have literally specific cities for one race. I feel like that's what happened in this day and age. That maybe that's me. I don't know.
I mean, I can see that happening too because like that there's gonna be a lot of racial discrimination between them,
hmm
like between them. Some people are gonna see like demi-humans as just monsters. Some people will accept them. I feel like as a person of the weeb community, I would accept.
Yeah, me too. I
um,
like, but like the thing is too, I'd be very like accepting to everybody,
yeah,
like
I
especially
feel
in
like
this.
nowadays, especially since we're trying to like stop a lot of things,
But they're
even though
making it worse.
yeah, I feel like even now, like if it happened now, we would be accepting, but the problem is it would be land. Land would be the biggest problem.
Yeah,
Uh,
everyone would be like, "Oh, your plants and stuff thrive in this land. We want it." But then again, it's like the only reason why their land thrives is because of this certain race. But
yeah,
if another race comes along, they just die out.
yeah. That's all I have to say, and I think we've been spending
Yeah.
quite a bit on this. So, do you wanna go to the Isekai lives? So, oh wait, real quick, just a cool picture I found. I'll have it down as a Pwetty, and I didn't know where. Yeah, I'll put it down as Pwetty. I didn't know where to put this picture as. I want to say fantasy because of like how the buildings are made.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of like I don't know about Legend of Zelda,
Yeah, I don't know, but I didn't
but
even know that look at it hard enough.
it really gives me that fantasy vibe. I just wanted to show it off real quick.
It gives me an old school fantasy vibe.
Yeah,
Like I'm talking old.
like medieval.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking like um maybe a portrayed version of the 1940s version of medieval. Like if they made a movie in the 1940s about like medieval people, like or
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
that's exactly how I see it.
Alright, and these ones are fantasy lives. Um,
Mm.
well, I don't know. They're not all gonna like fit the fantasy theme, but it's like isekai the lives, and I put a couple for their own themes. So I have loyalty, post-apocalyptic, fantasy, and assassin. We're gonna be going with the assassin one first. Um, like this is gonna be like espionage, like assassin kind of like theme,
hmm
and I'm gonna quickly just flash between the two, just so like you get a good idea, because like this image is like pretty good. This shows off like the assassin like theme, but I'm gonna hover on this one, so I get it kind of gives the city feel and like how you're gonna be. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like being an assassin would be cool, but the thing is, I feel like I would be doing contracts without a real will of like wanting. Like
Yeah.
maybe I could be like a good assassin, take out like corrupted leaders and all of that, but it's not something that I see myself wanting to do for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, I can. I like when you like before like we actually like started this, and like you just showed me the pictures to get a general idea. Um, like the only thing I seen or like thought about when I first saw this picture was like I guess the loss of my humanity. Like this is kind of like if being an assassin is like I guess I don't know how to put this if I'm being honest with you. Um, I don't know. I feel like I'd be an assassin for like a whole different reason. Maybe like you said, killing like if I had to kill like someone who was corrupted or like even if I got a contract from like even if I got a contract, we'll say that, right? That I had to go kill somebody or a bounty that I had to go kill somebody. But I found out that the person who gave me the contract was corrupted and not my bounty, I would end up killing the person who's like who gave me
Given
the
the
bounty.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't see myself becoming an assassin just to kill. I see, I would either have to have personal gain
Yeah.
or wanting to help others. I don't
Yeah,
see
I want
myself
like
just doing it just to do it.
yeah, I would see myself doing it for like a need for change. Like if nobody was like
Like kind of
actually
like
pushing
Robin Hood,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Robin
yeah.
Hood
Like if
thing.
nobody is pushing for change, then it's like, all right, well somebody has to step. Someone has to take the first one, you know. If we have to take a person out for this, then we will.
Yeah, and like that's that's kind of like what I see is, and I know what you meant is like if you wanted to be like a regular assassin, you would have to lose your humanity and you would feel like a robot and just you
I just yeah.
yeah like like let's say I got to assassinate someone and got like millions of dollars. I don't know what I would do with those millions and millions of dollars. Sure,
Exactly.
I can live a good life, but what I don't know what I could do for entertainment.
It's not gonna continuously flow. You're gonna have to eventually go back out there and do the same thing again.
Kind of like John Wick theme.
Yeah. It's like
um
it's like I would want out if I was being honest.
yeah, it's like I could do it for a while, but it's not something I see myself doing for a lifetime.
Yeah, no. Watch the first that reincarnated, you'd be like, well, that's very unfortunate because
The,
you're doing this for the rest of your life
there's,
until you get reincarnated
there's
again.
actually a manga I read. Um, so a guy got raised. I'm trying to pull it up as we talk, but he got raised by. Wait, I think it's right here. Oh yeah, the world's best assassin reincarnated in a different world as a aristocrat. So like basically he got like reincarnated to an aristocrat family, and his dad is like a top assassin, and they would do um kill missions for other countries and like for like power and stuff. But um it's a good read too. There's obviously some fan service, but I like the theme of it. The character seemed strong, but he didn't seem overpowered. There is a certain fight where and he uses like stuff that would like that makes sense in modern day that don't make sense in this fantasy world. So like he made bombs and overcharged like certain things, which didn't exist there. Sure, they had cannonballs, but those are basically just giant. You're shooting a giant rock, and
Just throw it a whole ass rock.
he starts to value his own like choices than what people want.
Yeah,
And I feel
I
like
could see
that what I would become.
that's something I would focus a lot on.
But personally, to sum it up, I wouldn't want to be assassin.
No,
I don't see myself being an assassin. I see myself, if I do, it's for people's gain, not
yeah, and it's also and it's like one more last point. It's like it's not my fighting style at all.
yeah.
not
Um,
not even close.
I am gonna go to the like high rise post-apocalyptic one. I was gonna do fantasy next, but we're doing this one first. So
Okay,
like once it wants to load,
eventually.
eventually. So
Ah,
uh, I have two images. I have like kind of like this one, then this one. I probably should have popped up some images. And I mean, we already talked about it, but unintentionally talked about
Yeah, it
the
kind of
lifestyle.
slipped out.
Yeah, because like living in this would be really, really cool. I would personally like to live in this. Like this vision more than this, because like
Yeah,
this is more like uh, this
that
one's
seems
kind of like
like
just chaos, like nuclear war, kind of
that
like
just seems like
chaos.
after first, like literally a couple weeks after the first wave or
Yeah,
whatever just happened.
and I don't I like live in this, and this would be crappy, but I would like to live in like a overgrown version of a post-apocalyptic like
Could you
thing
imagine clearing that out though?
with the
Like
building.
an overgrown building. Like yeah, there may be some places where they're like blocked off because like plants and stuff are like bust through the windows and the floors and the walls and stuff. But then again, it's like what other thing could be in here? Like if for example like zombies, it like
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
it
like
would take so
mutated
long.
a mutated type zombie or like a new type of zombie would be in a place that's away from everything else, or there are some I guess fuck it. I guess I'm going off of Left 4 Dead logic. There's like chargers and hunters and stuff like that. But yeah, like it would take so long just to clear out an overgrown building.
Yeah, I mean it would be really nice to
It'd
live
be
in.
worth.
Yeah, it would be worth like clearing it out because like you have a place that you can call home and it actually looks nice.
Hmm.
But I like kind of like nature things like this, and I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
a reason why we were like kind of like going towards the fantasy themes a bit
Hmm.
more. But like living in kind of like this kind of like post-apocalyptic themed, I would like to. And
Like
I
maybe if it was overgrown.
yeah, and I mean we should also talk about the life about it since like we were talking about the life of being an assassin.
Yeah.
Um, if I lived in this, I could see myself as now. I know as assassin, I said I wouldn't like living like that, but for this one, I can see myself as a bounty hunter. I can see myself as a bounty hunter in a post-apocalyptic theme in this.
Hmm.
And
I
now, do you see like yourself more as a trader or like a clan or like holder or
if I'm gonna be honest with you, like yes, I talk about like being with people a lot, but like if it's in this type of world, I would actually like to be isolated. I would like to have a close. Well, let's say I would like to have a close circle. Um, in this type of world, and I guess I don't know. I guess I'd really like to do a lot of Vanguard stuff, like just to if we need to like for example, if humanity's trying to get back on their feet,
oh, so
let's say
you would be like in the like little army, I guess.
I don't want to say in the little army. I guess I would do it for my personal gain. You know, S- I don't know how to describe it. That's
But
a
but you would like to have your own little group, not like
yeah.
be part of a
I like
society.
I can't really see it. Like, I guess I can kind of understand where you'd come from by like bounty hunters and becoming a bounty hunter because in this world people are going to put hits on other people, obviously, because they'd be like, this guy stole the only car in like goddamn I don't know 500 miles, the only car with gas, and so like I could see uh people placing a lot of hits out on people, but for me I don't know I would. Hmm, I really
You
don't.
would kind of be part of like your own family.
Yeah, I guess I would start my own community. I guess I would try and start my own. It would start off really small at first, be in like, cause I'd have to get used to bringing new people in that I don't trust, all
Yeah,
that crap.
getting used to them.
Yeah, but yeah, I would try to, I guess, like guide people and be like, yo, listen, yeah, I know the world sucks right now, but we should be focusing on that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Try to be a leader as much as
we
possible.
already talked about this a bunch, so I'm gonna be pulling up our other lives. Um, say heads or tails. I'm gonna let that one first.
Tails.
Tails. Alright. Well, we'll get in fantasy. Heads was gonna be the other
Uh,
one. So for this one, I'm gonna be pulling up this picture first. Hopefully it. it's probably gonna be a little whack because the resolution is
A
more
little.
vertical than horizontal, but hopefully it's good enough. Um, so like for fantasy, there's gonna be like people who use swords, magics, um, and like when I think talk about swords, I'm talking about like enhanced. I don't know if I can really say enhanced abilities. So like obviously you're gonna be able to like cover your sword in like fire or something, and you have like certain skills that only swordsmen can use. And like it kind of reminds, I'm gonna get flamed for this, but
It's
I
like, hey, listen, everyone. It's just an example, all right?
just as an example, like it makes me think of Sword Art Online.
Hmm.
How like there were certain abilities that wouldn't be humanly possible unless you were like in that class, in that
Yeah.
like skills. So like I don't remember what he called it, but like when he did that, like when he was fighting that wolf and he charged up his sword and like he dashed, I want to say like a good 25 meters. That is a skill that only swordsmen will use, and you have to specialize in those weapons and like
I
actually level in that.
But here's the better question. Like, if you were, since we both, are drooling over being in a fantasy world, all right. I already know your opinion about this, but I want you to let other people know what type of, like, how would you use your, we'll say your magic, or we'll just say your skills in general. How would
um
you?
See, the problem is, for me, I'm more of a mage, so like I would have to use elemental magic.
Hmm.
And since I played a lot of WoW, I know I played classic WoW. A lot of people are gonna hate that. Maybe a lot of people will love it. There are certain, you don't want to be too far, but you don't want to be too close. So I would be, uh, by close range, I mean you are literally like in front of the guy, and I mean, I for certain fights, I like being like on top of the person fighting.
Yeah,
So like if I could craft like a sword out of like enhanced ice and like use it to like do a short fight, then I would love to do that at certain times if I know I have to. But I would like to be in the middle ground. I don't want to be far back being a sniper, but I don't want to be in someone's face. I want to be in the fight, but not too far and not too close.
I can kind of relate to that, but then again, this is like I would get bored, I guess, being mid range, because it's just like, oh, I gotta, maybe not all spells that you would have to say, like you would have to do like a huge phrase, like
Oh,
I don't I
like an incantation.
yeah, like um I just I don't know, and also I wouldn't be able to remember the spell. I don't
Now,
I,
Now for me, so like those ones where you have to do like giant incantations, I like if I was in those woods, I would still try to learn magic, but I feel like the magics that I'm more into are or at least the magic I have in my head, are like the ones where you just kind of have to like
think
imagine
about
what
it.
the spell looks like, and then it's
Hmm.
like a single word or something. So like let's say you just have to think of a big fire and you wanted a wall, so you would just make a flame wall and just yeah, flame wall and then like shoot out a giant wall of fire. And then
I'm
it would
sorry.
stop like at a certain point, and it's just kind of like to buy yourself time and back off and like think.
It's kind I think it's really interesting to see like other people's fighting styles. Like I'm not a fighter myself. Like I mean, like I don't fight people in real life or anything. But like when it comes to games or uh shows and stuff like that, and I like I don't know. I would want to be would I would want to be a swordman, but like be able to like cast spells and stuff.
I know there's a certain word for it,
I
and
don't want to say battle mage because I don't know if
y-
that's the correct term.
so for me, battle mage is more of just like a pure like fighter, not like CQB fighter, but it's like
I just see a
I
Viking.
imagine them shooting like fireballs and stuff. I forgot the name of them. Spell swords or something. So they specialize in. enhancing the weapon with magic. I don't remember the exact term, but they use magic to enhance the weapons.
Question. What? Oh, you said elemental. Yeah, I would have to choose elemental too. That. Well, I mean, it all depends on what you get hit with.
Yeah, I mean regular mages. I would imagine they can use more than just fire, water. Like you don't just become pure fire. You would know some water, some fire, and you can
But like,
specialize in a certain spell.
I feel like you would be strong in a certain like category, but then like you can branch off into ones that are easier for it. I don't want to use this as an example, but I'm going to. Hunter x Hunter. I know that in like some skills, like they had like certain skills that they mainly specialized in and they had to focus on, but they could branch off into other ones.
Yeah, so like the obviously like there's gonna be people who are super good at fire magic, but they will at least know a little bit of wind, water, earth, and maybe shadow.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of getting pulled towards that wind and shadow magic. No cap.
yeah,
I
but
don't know why.
like as I was saying earlier, like spell swords are they use magic to enhance the weapon. So they're already like they're like soldiers, but they know how to use magic, and not just like soldier skills. So they don't know how to do like a really quick dash or like um a really strong like I don't know like a sword slam or something. But they also use like they would imbue the weapon with a like element.
He hit me with dark magic with his sword.
And um kind like have you watched Black Clover and like the Black Bull's leader how he like
Yeah,
spoiler alert for people who don't watch
yeah,
like Black Clover skip by 10 seconds how he like envelops his sword in like black like flame like in dark
yeah.
flame like that's kind of like the magic I'm talking about
That's kind of the
if
magic
you
I feel like
enhance your weapon.
that's kind of the magic I feel like I'd specialize in. But then I would kind of, it's weird because I guess I'm open minded and I kind of like different types of ways of using certain things. So like let's say for example, like yeah, I'm obviously gonna go to a lot of people who know like sword skills, and I would want to train with them and stuff like that. But like I would also want to like learn magic from magicians that use like magic at like a long distance or like a medium distance, like you said. Like I guess I would kind of like be very open. I wouldn't try to overload
So
myself.
like a jack of all trades but master
Yeah,
of
I would
none.
try. I would try to be a jack of all trades, but my main type of like way of fighting
But
would be
like you specialize in sword fighting.
yeah,
I mean, for me that makes sense, and I say like a lot of people might be like, "Oh, you're not allowed to do that. You either like swords."
and yeah,
I
that's
like
true. That's true.
for me, I feel like that's all right because you're gonna end up facing like mages that will only specialize in magic, and you'll never be able to like stay
It's
on
like yeah,
par with them.
I can't get close to them, bro. What do you want me to do?
But you at least be able to like uh, you. Well, I'm not saying you're not gonna be able to get close to them, but you're not gonna be on the same levels as them.
Yeah, it's like we're on two different skill levels at
Yeah,
this point.
and I mean. Another thing that I kind of want to clarify about like weapon skills is you'll be able to do stuff that humans won't because I feel like some people might be confused and I want to add some clarity. You're gonna be able to do stuff that people usually won't be able to. So like certain skills that you use will obviously have like an internal cooldown and like you just won't be able to use them for like a while. So like if someone was like 30 meters away from you, you could dash those 30 meters in a split second, but like you wouldn't be able to use it for like another 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, I so
Just so
the
people like,
cooldown.
yeah, like a cooldown. Just so people don't think like, oh, well, there's no reason to be like a swordsman because mages will always beat you. But I just want to clarify like, you will have like ways to close that gap and still be like it will literally just be whoever can fight better and use their abilities better more than oh you're a soldier versus a mage you're gonna lose because you're a soldier.
And it's maybe because I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I want to and I want to be in that fight.
Yeah, and that's the reason I want to kind of like be a mid mage, like mid range mage. If I need to be in the face, I'll be able to at least fend myself, but I mainly want to go to magics.
I can kind of see in like I can kind of see you being like it's like you and me walking around in a world that you we're gonna like go into some type of fight and you're like, hold on, I got this, and then and then you pull back and be like, listen, this is more your type of fight, so
I just see like three kobolds pull out swords, and it's like, well, you got that right. I'm just gonna
and I'm like,
be
and
back here
yeah,
shooting
I got
fireballs.
my sword still see and just like, hey bro, that's all you said, you got it.
This seems like a you problem now.
If you get your ass whooped, I'll help, but I'm not gonna help now.
Damn, bro, I didn't think you would look at me like that.
I'd like I don't know. It's just like with that's with some odd reason when I was talking to one of my old friends, I was like, listen, I got your back. No, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like towards the beginning of the fight. I'm gonna let you like I'm gonna let you fight, and if
See
it
if you
seems
can
like
actually like hold
yeah,
out and do it
if
to
you can
yourself.
actually hold yourself, then like all right, cool. I don't need to step in. But if I see you getting your ass whooped, then yeah, I'll step in.
Oh wait, I still have a picture, and this is like
Boom.
this is one of the classes that popped up in my head, like kind of like for a swordsman.
I mean,
It's just,
I feel like I wouldn't be dressed like I wouldn't.
you
That's up to
wouldn't wear armor like that, is what you
no,
try.
I wouldn't. Not like that. No,
Yeah,
I would have maybe like I would like to be really light so I could just be really fast. But then again, that's a downside.
so
If I get
you would just like a chest plate basically, like a
maybe
chest plate,
something
and then
along
like
those lines, but yeah,
yeah, like a chest plate and like just like your regular clothing under that basically.
probably or like well, I mean, it's like we'll see what type of loot I get. We'll see what type of what I can afford at the time if I get money from the guild and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like the mages I'm thinking of, I'm just gonna hover on this picture so it looks a little bit more appealing to the anime weeaboo me. Um, like for me, when I think of mages, I think of like what's a good mage that people will probably know, like Robin from Fire Emblem. That kind of gives me like the mage feel, and I don't have a picture. Actually, I'm kind of I can't find a picture of Robin, but I kind of like imagine like magician robes. Actually, wait, the picture I'm on kind of like imagine like this robe that she's wearing, except of like not as like loose. It's kind of like more of a suit, if you know what I mean by that.
I feel like that's the type of attire I would have. I'm not trying to say like, I'm not trying to, use that first example we had, that Kirito example. I'm not trying to say like that's the type of
Are you
kit
think
I'd be rocking, but like
so?
I
Are
wouldn't
you
I wouldn't
thinking of
do it
like
on
like shield hero, but the sword guy, kind of like
probably,
attire?
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can relate with that and like actually be like, oh yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's a lot of people who would have that type of attire. So I mean,
Yeah.
mm,
I mean like
I see it.
for some reason to me, I guess it's just like, it makes the fight more I don't know, like risky. So like you're playing with fire a lot more. It's like yes, with armor, it's gonna protect you, but it's not gonna like fully protect you. If they hit a weak point,
Yeah,
like in
because
your armor.
there has to be exposure parts so you can actually like bend your arms and crap.
Yeah, but like it's like if both of you don't have armor, it's just like oh, so it's like one good hit would be like
Yeah, and I kind of imagine like those anime scenes where you get a light slash against you or something, like if you
mhm.
dodge it, but like they still kind of land it.
They nip you, you're like come
Yeah, they
on,
nip of it. Come on, bro. You couldn't just go clean.
yo, I'm not gonna lie. If I got cut, like if it was like I guess I would say like a semi fun fight, and I got just like slightly cut, I'd be like, okay, bro. Like
You
I was
really had to
enjoying
go
my time.
there.
I was enjoying my time, but now I actually gotta try.
Alright, and the last one, so this
Mm,
one is royalty, and I'm gonna quickly like jump between the two pictures so people know like what kind of thing we're talking about. But uh personally,
Oh
I,
God.
I I don't see myself in charge of a kingdom. I can see myself in charge of a small guild.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see myself in charge of a small group, but not a kingdom. But let's say like you didn't have that. Well, I mean, like you're gonna get reincarnated, so it's not like you have a choice.
Yeah. Um because personally to me, like I really like guilds because if you get connections to the people and you get to know them enough to a point where you can call them family. And I watched a bunch of animes where they're part of a guild and those guilds are like family. um
Yeah,
and owning a kingdom, I feel like that wouldn't I couldn't grow to feel like family. I feel like I would be there to be in charge and try to make it better for the people, but I just don't know what I would be doing is the
I
problem.
see. Like the problem is like I don't like the idea of me like being royalty or being in charge of people. Like yeah, it'd be cool to do, but like then again, I don't like to do that because people are people. They could they could do what they want. They should be able to do what they want. But like I I don't I'm not trying to be really messed up, but like I feel like I'd be a really messed up king, but like also have like a sweet kind of side. I mean, like I would like with any policy or like with anything I would pass, I would always want to like I want to like go through the people with it. Like I don't want to pass something and then it's actually gonna hurt the economy. Because like, what king wants to damage the economy?
Yeah. And there's actually a really good book. I'm taking out my headset and walking across my room to
Oh,
grab it.
he's gone.
If I can find it. Is this it? No, that is something else. Are these it? These are it. There's a really good Isekai I've been reading, and I hope it gets an anime adaptation. It's how a realistic hero rebuilt the kingdom, and so a guy gets isekai into like a fantasy world like this, except uh he gets put in charge of a kingdom, and the one problem I feel like with a kingdom, and if you haven't played Fable 2, um
Oh my god.
if you haven't played Fable 2, the game's been out way too long. I don't care if it's a spoiler. So a part of the game was you would accumulate a lot of money, and at the end of the story, uh, you understood why the main villain did, well, air quote villain, did what they did, and it's because the amount of money cost to run a kingdom.
Oh
And
yeah,
even if you have good intentions, it's what it costs. And it was either you had to basically spend all of the money, if you didn't spend a lot, all of your money that you got throughout the game to pay off for what you needed to defend the kingdom, or you let him, or you did what he did. And that's something else that got me intrigued, and I want to turn into a little skit. um was in your own story, you're the hero and there's a villain. But what says the villain isn't the hero in his? And
so
I feel like that what would happen to me in this. I would have good intentions, but I would look like a villain.
yeah, I would. That's what I see myself as too. Because like as you went and put your headphones down to go look at the book. I was kind of thinking about that to myself. Like, I would have good intentions, but I feel like I guess the laws or the punishments would be messed up. No, I don't want to say messed up because I wouldn't.
Kind of harsh.
Yeah, it would be harsh, but I'm not gonna crucify somebody. Like it's not gonna be that harsh.
But
But like,
but you don't want to like do something too little, but do something too heavy. But it's
yeah,
hard to hit that sweet spot. Is the
exactly.
biggest
That's
problem.
exactly what I mean. So it's like you could also say that people could call you a monster for that. Like like you said, you have good intentions, but as the way people see you, and it's just gonna look super bad.
Yeah, and going back to this book that I'm holding real quick, and so like he gets reincarnated to a fancy world, and he has no magic, but the thing is, the dude came from Japan, and uh, he knew about like how to run a government, and he used those tricks to help him run uh the kingdom that he was now going to be in charge of.
I can't imagine a modern day politician going back to medieval times to run a just to like run a country like run a country. You know,
Yeah,
I can't imagine that.
I mean that it was a really good story that they brought out the reading this, but there were some reasonable things, but also like there were probably also some scenes that were over dramatic, and obviously they're gonna need it because it's a light novel, but still.
I I couldn't see myself being a king. I couldn't. Like
Yeah,
I tell my dad like the times when I pass by the living room to and I see them watching the news and what our president is doing. I'm just like, can I be president or can like somebody else be president or something? Like but like I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy it. Even though I say I want to be president and like actually have good intentions, I still would hate it.
yeah. I, it's something that you go in with good intentions and you can't come out. And I'm gonna explain more about the skit I wanted to do, um, because if someone takes it and makes it great, go ahead. It would be really interesting to watch. Um, so the story that I had in mind was a hero, and it kind of reminds me of uh, what is it called? What's the one the demon lord one?
Mr.
Yeah,
Doomsday.
Misfit of a Demon Lord. It kind of like my skit kind of reminds me of that. So the hero is going to kill the demon lord, and he will think, oh, I did the good thing, I killed the demon lord. But then there's going to be a book or like something on his throne that the hero reads, and what he reads is like, and I even wrote a script for this. Let me actually pull.
Is that what? Yo, listen. If you need a dub voice actor, I got you right
I
here.
got you.
I got you, bro. Have you seen my voice acting with Monster Prom, bro?
Oh my god, dude, Monster Farm, don't even get me started. Oh crap, wait,
I
I forgot.
forgot. Yo, I can do that. What's that werewolf guy's name? I want to call him Scott, but then again, I don't.
Shoot,
Is his name?
let me. Was it this one? Oh yeah, so the script I had, it's gonna be kind of cringy, because
I.
it was a Minecraft themed one that I was gonna do, because I mean
Alright,
I can only record right now in Minecraft until I get my computer upgrades, and so it's saying um and I use my name. Hello, hero. This is Aerith Baradar, the first Netherlord. In every story, there's a hero and a villain, but no one ever thinks what the villain ever thought. And well, I am here to tell you the truth. Every hero has a terrible fate, and that's because they never thought about what the villain was trying to stop or do. I'll tell you why I became the first Netherlord, and what are your choices. It is either become the next Netherlord, or die to the people of state because they fear you and your powers. I became the very first Netherlord because I wanted to stop the war between states for power and land. So I did what no one else had the power to do. I became the enemy of everyone and everything, so that they would finally unite and we would see the beautiful realm for what it was. The vast lands, the great buildings, and the art people would make. To finally reach something I would call true peace. Maybe in your story I was the villain, but in mine I was the hero the people needed.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That hit different, low key.
And
Like I'm not. I wasn't ready for that. Like you said, you were talking about like it being cringy and stuff like that. But then again, it's just like, why does that feel something like I would do? Like I
like
would make people hate me.
that's a
For
really good story though, right?
it is actually. Yo, someone animate that, yo.
But
All,
that's
all we need is that one person to hear this.
but that's like a really good story, and I mean, watching it and seeing how that would end out, maybe, and maybe I'll eventually like actually write something like that because I mean, there's many things I want to do in my life, and
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
I'll eventually get to that point.
it's
But
like it's like you wanna be an author. I want to be a musician. So here we are.
but I also want to be a game designer.
Yeah, right. I also want to like actually. It's like I want to do music, but I want to stream. I want to entertain people and like make videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I feel like that's a lot of the things because like and because like that would kind of like misfit of a demon lord that I really liked. The hero
Oh,
saw the
that's
good in who was assumed to be the villain.
good. Mhm.
And let me pause my wallpaper. It's like doing so many animations right there. And that's one reason I really like that anime is they saw the good in the villain and they understood we saw him as a villain in our story, but in his own story he was the hero.
Yeah, it's another it's a callback to it's like listen, there's two sides to every story. Instead of just following one side, why don't you actually get both sides?
Yeah. And like that is a really yeah that and what you just said I'm kind of like just stuttering and my brain's having a stroke.
It's all
Um
good.
but like kind of like what you're saying like it's seeing both sides and the, no one does something with ill intention.
Yeah, there's always a reason behind that ill intention. Sometimes, well, that's not always the case because there's always a time you just be like, "Oh, I wanted to do it because I felt like it," you know.
Well,
But
I
most
mean,
of the
I mean, there's gonna be one crazy guy out of like 10,000 people, so like, let's be honest. But
yeah,
99.9% of people are gonna be doing something with the right intention. Sure,
yeah,
people won't see it unless they get an explanation, but no one does something just to hurt. They would try to do what they think was the best scenario.
they try to deliver their own sense of justice.
Yeah. So this been running on for an hour and 20, so I'm gonna call it here. But and also we're out of like photos to kind of like zoom
Yeah,
through.
it's
Yeah, and
but we're saying it's a wrap.
yeah, it's a wrap. But thank you for dropping by. For our next one, we might get another friend in here, but most likely it would just be my boy Jake. And
I'll be here 24/7.
nice, nice, nice one right there.
Thanks.
But if you guys have any like ideas or themes we want like you want us to talk about, drop them down in comments. I like to try to react to everyone in my comments. As you saw, if you go to my reaction video to Hog Hunt, you will see I try to answer to everyone, especially the people who were like trying to inform me about something. Tried to I tried to tell them, oh yeah, someone told me about that, but thank you. I didn't know when I created this. I actually try to read every comment I can. So post anything you want us talking here. If it's something fantasy themed, if it's a real life thing, um,
Or it's even your opinions, you know,
yeah, or
on the
even your
topics we talk
opinions, yeah, because like maybe we'll even get to like a point where if this does blow up, if it doesn't, oh well, we're still gonna continue just because this
yeah,
is fun to do. Um, but we want to hear you guys' opinions. What do you want us to talk about? And we might even have a point where we try to react to people's reactions that are in the comments themselves.
yeah, like have the actual comment and we go off of that.
Yeah. But thank you for dropping by, and I hope all of you guys will stop on by for the next one. Until then, take care and see you next time.